California Weather Watch. Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Merry Christmas everybody, December 25th. Hope the storms didn't keep you up too much last night, and hopefully it didn't disrupt Santa's flight pattern, because we were getting walloped here last night, and we got more to come as we go through this morning. Atmospheric river plume still pointed at Point Conception right now. This is coming for Southern California. A lot more rainfall still to come for some locations, and we have additional tornado threat, very strong winds, some big waves, mountain snows are piling up. What a storm for the entirety of the state of California. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, it's much more fun to watch the weather when you do have a weather station at your place of residence. Click on the link down below to save 10% off. Highly recommend that station. Now, taking a look here, we've got all kinds of reports out there, and probably well underdoing things here, because most things don't get reported. But if you do see something, you can call National Weather Service offices, or you can become a storm spotter if you want as well. So a lot of stuff ongoing out there right now, including some heavy snowfall across some of the higher terrain. Palisades, Tahoe is now getting up and running here as the snow continues to pile up. You see 6,200 feet right there. Check out the 8,200 foot camera. You can kind of see the snowfall hitting it so much there you can't really see anything. And you can see the Far East cam showing a nice snowy scene there as well. So yeah, we got winter storm watches. We got high wind warnings still up, wind advisories. We got high surf advisories, flood advisories, all kinds of stuff. You name it, we got it. Don't drive across those flooded roadways, and we got a lot more rainfall and snowfall incoming. And same thing here with Sacramento National Weather Service as well. You can check the conditions, quickmap.dot.california.gov, ca.gov. Now, looking here at I-80, I know they closed I-80 at some points yesterday, and there's no guarantee this is not going to happen again. That's one of the threats of going across the higher terrain. You just may not make it. You get turned around. They can close the freeway. All kinds of crazy stuff. Hopefully you can put your travel off probably towards this weekend. If you can, travel Saturday versus today or tomorrow. Now, taking a look at the coastal areas as well. Watch out if you're going out to the beach, or if you live on the coastal areas, some very strong winds here. There's a tornado threat, also some big waves. And as I scroll through the next couple of days, we got big waves rolling in here. Look at this as we're going through this morning, big sets coming in. And then we got some more there on the 26th, remaining elevated as we go on in towards the morning of the 27th, and finally getting a break as we start to roll towards this weekend and the early portion of next week. Now, winter storm warnings, mainly above 7,000 feet here, but these are lowering here as we go through the day today, and you can see maybe dropping down towards 5,000 as we go through this upcoming weekend. So yeah, we are going to be dropping them down. Snow continues to fly across the higher terrain. Southern California, more dangerous flooding is incoming here, folks. That was not the end of it here, so do be prepared. It is now rounding the bend here and bringing some heavy precipitation again to Los Angeles. Additional amounts rolling in here, high surf advisories, flood advisories. We're going to go through round 2 here starting on the day today. More on that here in a moment. And again, Sierra travel, don't travel if you don't have to. Again, we're dropping down some of the snow levels towards 5,000 and 6,000 feet. That includes I-80 and Donner Pass, making it very difficult to travel. Now, looking at the high resolution rapid refresh, here we are right about now. And you can see this plume is kind of coming towards Santa Barbara, Ventura County, Los Angeles. And again, you might think we might be done with this storm. We are not. We have additional very heavy rainfall segments that are moving through as we go through this afternoon. Look at coming across the Bay Area and northbound again. And then, I mean, some of these segments mean business. Look at some of this stuff here. There's tornado threat with some of this activity, even into some of the Sacramento Valley and down towards Modesto even as well. And we continue through the day today. Look at 4 p.m. My goodness, some of these segments are just wicked, powerful waves with some of this here in the coastal areas, powerful winds, lightning potential, and yeah, there is that water spout and tornado potential as well. And then as we go through tonight, it's coming for the central coastline there, and then, you know, maybe down towards Southern California as we go through very early tomorrow morning. Yet again, as you can see, renewed rounds of precipitation rolling across the region all the way towards the morning of the 27th before we finally start to relax things And this is significant tornado parameter. So going through this morning, you can see some out there. And as we go through this afternoon, look at this, comes from the Bay Area again and some of the Central Coast as we go. So yeah, intense stuff. Now, surface-based Cape, we do have the thunderstorm potential. Again, you can see all the instability around the state of California as we go through the next couple of days. Now, the marginal risk is there. Check it out. 2% tornado risk for all the way towards Northern California, Sacramento Valley. Again, as I mentioned, all the way down to Southern California. Also, of course, some strong winds at those as well. But they do talk about that. Any segment that you see when you're watching your Doppler radar apps, if you see those reds coming at your house or whatnot, you know you've got a better updraft with that storm, and then you could have some of those spin ups occurring there, and those can cause some damage. They're not the huge EF4, EF5s that you get in the plains, but they can cause damage and can be quite unnerving. Now, if we take a look at Santa Barbara, so this is what they talked about here. You can kind of see the winds out of the south here, and then they turn aloft and they become stronger in that unstable air. That pink line there is going to be a parcel of air. It will move up because things are unstable. And yeah, we have that turning in the atmosphere. We have some wind shear, some convective available potential energy. And this is what's known as a hodograph. It kind of gives you a look at what the winds are doing. You can see them out of the south, and they turn out of the southwest, and they become westerly once you go aloft. So that's what they mean when they talk about elongated hodographs. Now, this is day 3, just a general thunderstorm threat up now. The storm should become weaker as we go through the day tomorrow. So you got today to go through. So looking at the North American model, this is the snowfall flying across the higher terrain, and this is what the rainfall is going to look like as we go through the day today. You can see, again, another impressive plume of moisture kind of hanging out about a bit there around Santa Barbara and Ventura County, and then targeting Los Angeles County as we go all the way on into tomorrow morning. Some moderate rainfall continuing on in through portions of the 26th. And then finally, as we get to the morning of the 27th, the heaviest rainfall should be ending for Southern California. But if you scroll back here, you saw all this precipitation coming across much of the state, and the mountain snows are going to be flying all the way on in through portions of tomorrow as well, and potentially into the 27th, also finally wrapping up as we go through Saturday night. Now, looking at 80-meter wind speeds, you probably don't need me to tell you that you're going to be windy at times over the next couple of days. You can see the low pressure center there keeping some of the strong winds Bay Area northbound, and also with some of these segments moving down to the Central Coast and through Southern California as well. So yeah, there's that wind threat. Then I kind of paused it here at 60 hours, and you can see some of these strong winds exceeding 50, 60 miles per hour for some locations. So we have the moderate risk out there. Again, I've been trying to warn everybody that we still have some pretty significant precipitation amounts to go through, and they talk about the high and moderate risk. So they were probably on the borderline of keeping it high end for the day today. Another 5 to 7 plus inches across some of the southern slopes of the transverse ranges, and we got some pretty high flash flood potential here as we go on in through the day tomorrow. But yeah, crazy stuff still incoming. You are not done across Southern California. And there's the day 2 for tomorrow for slight risk. And finally, we wrap it up by day 3. So precipitation amounts here over the next couple of days, big time amounts still rolling into Southern California, driving home the point that we are not done. Please do not start traveling around. It's going to be very treacherous out there. Additional mud flows, debris flows, rock slides, you name it, flash flooding, very dangerous conditions. So National Blend of Models, as far as snowfall is concerned, you can see the higher terrain still getting hammered as we go all the way on in through Friday coming up here. So again, if you could put off your travel to Saturday, probably going to be the best. Let the plows get out there and clearing off, I-80 and some of the travel back and forth across the higher terrain. So accumulated positive snow depth change in inches. I mean, some places could be getting up over another 2 to 3 feet of snowfall as we go on into the day Friday. What a storm. Now, looking at the artificial intelligence ensemble mean, there's the trough we've been dealing with here. We're going to take a look at the extended forecast a bit here. So trough hangs out through the 27th, finally gets out of here. Big ridge here across the Pacific Northwest and much of the west there, honestly. And then you can kind of see as we go on into the first week of January, we do get some renewed troughing there along the west coast of North America. So we will watch that time frame maybe for some additional storms, potentially as far as Southern California. Who knows as of this time frame, but we will continue to watch this over the next few days. Check out the Patreon page if you like. And what else? Hope you guys are staying safe out there. Again, got a couple more days to go before things start to calm down with this 1-2 punch, just oppressive storms hitting California. So I will probably do another video, maybe at some point today. We'll see how that goes. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the usual briefing, and I will talk to you guys then.